Travis Wingoodsell completely forgot I had laundry today. So I did a rush job. And so now I'm uploading the Mormon hypocrisy comment reply. And I can do this one. Talking about the latest news from ABC4 News Utah's YouTube channel. So, hold on to your hats, because this is Nazi TV in full force here. They have justice files talking about somebody who was murdered, a Mormon murdered in cold blood, way back in yonder year, back in the days of black and white photos. Didn't bother with that one. But I did pay attention to talking to kids with autism about COVID-19. For those of you who don't know me, which are all of you, who knows? She lived in Magna, last I knew. And so she could be dead right now from the Magna earthquake. But I had a sister, Tara Lynn, who married a Longezo, who gave her, I don't know, half a dozen boys. I think it was at 5 last I knew, before the church had me locked up because I'm a translator. And all were diagnosed with autism. Way to go, Longezo. And because a strange thing, the majority of autism cases are boys, from what I heard. But they're doing pictures in the ABC4 Utah videos about autism, showing little girls also. So apparently the psychiatrists, not the medical doctors, saw an opportunity with autism to expand beyond the borders of science. They don't use science at all. Psychiatrists are frauds. And so it's disturbing that psychiatrists are taking over autism rather than medical doctors. Yeah, they have their own segregated school. Segregated. Let me say it again. Segregated. Just like in American history, blacks were segregated away from whites in the school systems. And so we had all those controversies during the civil rights movement that finally got blacks, for a slight portion, integrated back into white schools. But yeah, and all of the white supremacist abuse involved saying that blacks had diseases, and so they had to have their own separate drinking fountains, and just abuse to the extreme. And so, yeah, it's not a surprise that during this coronavirus, we see Nazis rising up all over the place, in the science fields even, not just government, but promoting the segregation. What Trump was doing at our southern border. You know, he accused the refugees who were seeking asylum of having diseases, and thus justified locking them up, separating families. That's what we're doing under coronavirus. We're locking people up in quarantine, isolating, social distancing, so that we can segregate the diseased from the pure race. And so there are different ways to handle this coronavirus, but because it was caused to escalate. Now everybody's saying, oh, we need fascism to get this under control. China did it. South Korea or whatever other country out there did it. They're controlling it. And Russia, see how they've controlled it? They don't even have any reports of coronavirus. So yeah, the whole thing, the psychiatrists are utilized by white supremacists to segregate and to accuse falsely people of having mental illness diseases when it doesn't even exist. No such thing. If people with autism have dysfunctions in the brain, it's a medical doctor who needs to handle the case. A specialist in the medical field for brain traumas or injuries or maladies. Or with autism, it has to do with brain development. And so medical doctors, get them out of the hands of white supremacist Nazi psychiatrists. So that was a concern. And then here, I just did the video where I showed the symbolic significance of May 1st. May Day, May Day, May Day. Having to do with the anniversary of the Illuminati founding. And thus the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you know, the Brighamites. Yes, after Brigham took over control of the church, as others, such as Emma Smith and Sidney Rigdon, went their own way, not acknowledging Brigham as the true successor. He had the Nauvoo Temple built and dedicated it in protest, in violation of the protests by Mormons wanting it to be dedicated on 6th of April. He did it on the 1st of May. And I went through the video again, going over that. So the tale of LDS Mormon Church, Freemasonry, something. So I thought that was interesting that Governor Herbert, Mormon Governor Herbert, Mormon King of Utah, Herbert, extends the public school dismissal through May 1st. So kids are out of school for all of April now. And then the University of Utah has decided to give the federal government the middle finger. And the CDC the middle finger. They're now doing their own testing for a cure for coronavirus. That's the U of U for you. They're superior. They're of the white chosen race of the Mormon Church. And therefore they know what they're doing. They extorted me when I applied, well, I was forced to apply to the University of Utah way back in 2004, somewhere around there. Tale of LDS Mormon Freemasonry, and won't show the whole title. And so, yeah, they said that because I was born before their designated date, their doctors said, oh, well, we've developed other shots to protect children who were not, maybe not, possibly, could not have, maybe possibly, could be, maybe, were not vaccinated before that date. And so because I was vaccinated before that date, they extorted me. I cannot get into school because they shut down the phone system so that I can't register for classes until I take care of this medical matter. And they were saying, oh, it's for the protection of the University of Utah students. We don't want you infecting them because we know better. We're white supremacist Mormons. And yeah, they said, well, if you think you don't have it, then you can be tested to find out if you don't have it, but you have to pay more money. And then when it shows that you do have it, then you need to take our other shot also, which means you have to pay more money for that. So they were extorting me to go to school. Yay. Fascist Utah. And so I took the test because I had no choice. And turns out I didn't have it. Didn't need the shot. What a shock. Anyway, the University of Utah is now doing their own tests now to come up with a cure for coronavirus. Just go to Trump. He's got the vaccine. He can take care of it for you. We don't have to go through all this hassle. All right, and then community over crisis. There are dog lovers over human life, so they're protecting dogs. I love dogs, don't get me wrong, I'm just joking. But people do go to the extreme. You get animal activists who insist that we have to allow animals to conquer humans. And you get the plant lovers, and plant activists. They want to have the plants dominate over humans. And so then you have the Batman episode with Poison Ivy. What's her name? I saw her in a movie over the weekend, I think. But, yeah, I mean, come on, people. Get over your hatred of humanity. But here's more white supremacist Nazi Utah Mormon news. Walmart in Utah, we're banning people, family units, from buying more than 1 carton of eggs. A 12-pack of eggs, that's all you get at Walmart. There's your commercial for you. At Walmart, you can get 1 packet of eggs. 1. That's it. No more. 1. At Walmart. Visit your Walmart today. But make sure you split out your time to once a week. Because we will shoot you with the guns that we didn't pull from our stores in Utah, not like that in Texas stores. So yeah, a person who's buying for others who couldn't go shopping themselves because of coronavirus was trying to buy more than 1 dozen eggs. And the Walmart employees said, hell no! And I'm not surprised that they didn't put them in the concentration camp there in the Walmart store. Remember that? Remember when it was being leaked that the government was purchasing Walmart stores and storing up the military vehicles in the parking lots? Remember that? They used them down at the southern border. Do you not think they're going to use them during this coronavirus? I mean, that's what New York is sort of doing. They're not doing it in Walmarts, but they're doing it in the various other buildings. I tried warning you guys. They're taking over our country. And so here we have Drone Diaries, a brand new segment on ABC4 News Utah. It shows the empty ski resorts and the empty Salt Lake City streets and the empty Valley Fair Mall in West Valley City. And then here we have breaking news. The Utah Beef Council, Italian beef wraps. The only problem is you can't buy any of the food products in any of the grocery stores. They're sold out. And then former Governor John Huntsman Jr. is sharing his feelings and emotions during this difficult time. He's also running for governor. So I'm sure there's no agenda in what he did. Yeah. And then they are instructing Mormons how to apply for unemployment benefits in Utah. Am I eligible? It takes 2 months to start getting the money. And you have to be looking for a job. That's the funny thing, is that Trump purposely fired everybody with coronavirus. And now everybody's forced to go to unemployment. And Trump already took away unemployment. It cuts off after so many weeks. It's just people don't pay attention to the news. They don't put all the pieces of the puzzle together. And so then this happens and they are clueless of why. Why is this happening? A shrimp and garlic butter sauce from Rancho Markets. Sold out. What was funny was Trevor Noah's episode from last night, or whenever it was posted, the latest one. Not the latest one, it was a short minute segment trying to appeal to us to purchase the undesirable foods left behind in the grocery stores. Nobody loves them. It's the island of misfit food. School is out, but re-education continues. Because that's what was supposed to be done during the lockup of American citizens in these tent camps or Walmart stores, was re-education. So that we conform and comply. And so here we go. School is out, but re-education continues. It's education, but we all know it means education. We do anticipate a greater spread of COVID-19. It's coronavirus. Say coronavirus. Scientists say COVID. We say coronavirus. And so, a stabbing investigation in Magna. Oh, yay. And then an abandoned house fire in Salt Lake City. There's always that way. The owners of the property allow the homeless to crash the apartment, and then they pay them to burn it so that they can get the insurance money from it. And it's a big scandal, and it's quite common in Utah. And one of the Utah senators or congressman or whatever owns one of these homes. And so yeah, this is just somebody trying to get insurance money during a time of crisis. And then and then 2 days ago was the last. They're talking about the earthquake in Magna. So there you go. You guys do know about Mitt Romney? The only my House representative, I can't remember his name, he also has coronavirus, by the way. The other House Mormons that voted to protect Trump, they aren't affected by coronavirus. Just this Democrat Mormon. And after all, guys, I mean, come on. He did set in motion the 700 beds from the 1,100 beds to help the poor. So why are you giving him such a hard time just because he voted to impeach Trump? As I reminded him of Mosiah 29. And like I did with Romney, I also reminded Romney of Mosiah 29. I appealed to him as a fellow Mormon. Impeach Trump. Mosiah 29. Impeach Trump. And so now he's being punished. His Republican Party here in Utah was thinking about censuring him. getting him out, putting somebody else in his place. And then the GOP, official GOP, wanted to murder him. He can't come to these meetings anymore because he's going to get murdered. And now he's got the virus, and Trump is going, oh, gee, that's too bad. So there's your news for the 24th of March, 2020. We're all going to die.